Hey everyone, it's Dusty Go-Go. Welcome to my headcanon. Today we have a huge Generation 9 rumor. There's a lot of specific details in this rumor that really make me think that this maybe has some credibility. If any of this ends up being confirmed, we have a huge glimpse into what Generation 9 could bring. Let's get into it right now. I'm a VFX artist that received a job with Game Freak in 2019. 2019 is when Sword and Shield was released. I mostly work on particular effects, and because of that, I know a lot for Generation 9. Here's some of what I've acquired. Another Dex cut. I'm picturing this guy with like a secret hidden folder, like a top secret folder. He's got like he's got to like unlock the filing cabinet. He slides it open and he's got like all these like hidden documents inside of it. Another Dex cut. About one half of the Galar Pokemon won't arrive in Generation 9. Oh my god, that is depressing. This is not what Pokemon needs right now. Another Dex cut? Why even introduce new Pokemon if you're just gonna cut them off? They have all the models. How much could Generation 9 graphically change from Generation 8? I'm looking for game improvements, not graphical improvements. They have the models. They don't need to change the models. Keep the models, make new models. Now you get all the Pokemon. All I want is Feraligatr in the game. Going on, we have Gigantamax and Dynamax are removed, which I think is fine. I mean, Gigantamax, Dynamax, that mechanic seemed to be a sweet spot in between Megas and Z moves. You know, any Pokemon could use it. I think that there was a lot of value in Dynamax and that mechanic, but to see it go is not surprising. And then also, I don't think anyone's going to be sad, really. I'm sure there's going to be a new gimmick. Hopefully it's something like, not Mega, but maybe like an armor form. I've got a couple videos on the channel about Fusion as a gimmick. So the new battle mechanic involves Pokemon dancing and singing as they battle. What? I just want my Pokemon to be cool. Why dancing and singing? Dancing and singing? What are the trading cards going to be called? Mega Shiny Rayquaza S for singing, and then it's a picture of like, instead of like the aura around its head, it's like it's just got like music notes around its body, and then like and then it's like the battle styles. It's like the single strike and rapid strike, but instead it's like singing or singer or like vocalist versus rhythmic. Man, we better get a singing form Jigglypuff. That's gonna be the thing. It won't be Meowth, it won't be Eevee, it won't be Garbodor, it's gonna be Jigglypuff. So dancing has a defensive effect and singing has an offensive effect. I don't know the details. All he knows is that dancing and singing is the future of Pokemon. I just like don't understand how that could be a battle mechanic. Make it a gimmick, right? Make it akin to like Pokemon Ami or camping. Make it like Curry. Like that could be a fun mechanic where you're interacting with your Pokemon on a more like a hobbyist level, like your Pokemon have interests. Yeah, that would be kind of cool if like you take the nature of a Pokemon and amplify it and allow it to interact with like another mechanic in the game. I can get on board with that. Singing, dancing, I can get on board with that. Maybe that's a form of EV training. I can get on board with that. But as a battle mechanic, that's not cool. I don't want Ishigeki Charizard. I don't want dance form Charizard. That's not what I want. Okay, so your mission is to collect instruments throughout the game that unlocks to player new dances and songs. Okay, now I'm going through this. I feel like I'm going through the stages of grief. Music clubs are buildings in many towns akin to the old game corner, but with rhythm, mini games instead. There are techno remixes of Generation 1 music for this. That sounds like a lot of fun. If that is, okay, so if all of this, if the singing and dancing is a substitute, like I was saying, it was a substitute for camping or the game corner, I'm on board with that. That sounds like a really fun mechanic. This could give casual Pokemon fans a lot of longevity, right? Like, what if? I mean, I don't think you could really make this stretch, but like, what if it's a shine? What if there's encounters that could happen? Maybe it's like in camp where wild Pokemon are attracted to the fun Pokemon that are dancing and singing. and then they could be shiny, and then maybe there's a raised shiny odds. Like there are ways that this could be incorporated. And the techno remixes of Generation 1 music, that's making me think of, do you guys remember Roxy's gym, the Poison gym in Black 2, White 2? And they're all playing different instruments, all the trainers that lead up to Roxy, the gym leader, all of them are playing different instruments. And like, so let's say you battle and defeat the drummer. Now the song in the gym no longer has drum noises. Then you beat the bassist. Now there's no longer bass music. Okay, you know what? Yeah, this actually sounds pretty good. I'm all on board. Music, singing, dancing. This is the future of Pokemon. All right, you guys ready for this next one? Are you ready for this next one? Are you guys ready? 100%. 100% open world asterisk, but it's not seamless like Breath of the Wild. I don't care if it's open world, that's beautiful. The thing is, even on the Game Boy Color, even on the Game Boy, Pokemon has always been open world. It's always been open world. That's what's great. You have this huge map, you can explore it. How is that not open world? Open world, it's a term. People use that term to mean a lot of different things. But when people say open world, they don't just mean you're able to go anywhere in the world. What they actually mean is that they want a fully immersive experience in a game where you can interact with anything. You can interact and use everything to better your character and advance the story. What they need to do now is make it so we can interact with our environments within the game. I need to be able to see an obstacle and have different ways to dealing with that obstacle. If it's let's use a cut tree, for example. There's a tree in the way. Okay, I could use the HM, or maybe I can get on the back of my Pidgeot and fly over it. Maybe I can send out my fire starter and it can burn the tree down. Maybe I can send out a Snorlax and it'll eat the tree. So when this person writes that there's a 100% open world Pokemon game, that could mean a lot of different things. I like to hear it. I think it sounds good. That doesn't promise anything. Moving on to the next bullet, there is a town built entirely in a crystal cave underground. I think if this is real, that we are getting Crystal Onyx. Why else would Pokemon introduce a crystal cave underground if not to reintroduce and to canonize in the game world, in the Pokemon lore, Crystal Onyx? That's what needs to happen. This will be a regional form of Onyx, and then hopefully, we will have a regional evolution of Steelix, or whatever the new evolution is. The Steelix adjacent evolution, whatever that is, I want that, please. Look at this guy. Oh my goodness. In the Pokemon world, there really has been so many different biomes, but there's still a lot that they have not done, right? And when they do something kind of off the grid, when they do something that's wholly unique to a specific location, like Azalea, no, not Azalea, like Ecruteak City with the fall foliage, with the orange and yellow foliage around the Ho-Oh's tower. That's like, you cannot replace that. This crystal cave sounds like it might be something like that. So there's a large ocean path akin to Hoenn Chiho, but I do know that there are huge paths, routes in Hoenn of all water with Dive. I really do hope Dive makes a comeback. Dive was a really cool mechanic. It kind of sucked that like the only Pokemon you could find underwater were like Relicanth, Chinchou, and Clamperl. But yeah, give us some new ones. I can see Finneon down there at the water. I think in Pokemon Snap, Finneon is like I didn't realize this, but it uses its fins to like walk on the base of the water. I was joking that that confirms that Finneon and Lumineon are bipedal technically, because they use their fins to walk upright underwater. Meloetta is a big part of the story. So that this kind of wraps everything up for me. Like, if singing and dancing are the main part of the story, having Meloetta be a big part of the story kind of makes sense. Although that also tells me, so this is kind of weird. This actually puts a little bit of doubt in my mind on the credibility of this rumor. I mean, considering that Meloetta already exists. I don't know, it just feels like they saw Meloetta, how it has a dance and a singing form, and was like, this is the new gimmick. Okay, and then also Meloetta is going to be part of this. So this is a little sus. I don't really know how I feel about that. There will be about 50 new Pokemon. I think that might be the lowest amount of Pokemon that we've ever received. I think the number has been around 60 or maybe 70 since Generation 6, but 50 is really low. 50 new Pokemon, does that include regional forms? Because usually what they've done is added a smaller batch of brand new Pokemon and then padded that with forms or, yeah, pretty much forms, or regional forms, Megas, Gigantamax, stuff like that. And then here we go. Fire starter is a goat. Oh, it's good taste. Fire starter is a goat and it has blue eyes. There's really not much there to work on. Usually what I hear is that if the starter is going to be a goat, that the evolution would make sense for it to be a, a minotaur or some sort of Greek creature that is half man, half goat. And then apparently there's a legendary that this person saw, this artist saw, and it was a large bird with tree branches for wings. That sounds a little weird, but like then you think we have Yveltal, which is like a piece of paper that was turned into an animal, and then we also have the rubber chicken Moltres, who literally is just a rubber chicken, and that thing can fly somehow, even though its wings are made of fire. I don't know, grass flying, let's do it. I mean, maybe they knighted Tropius, and Tropius is gonna be the new dragon grass flying legendary. That'd be sweet. Tropius, the banana god. There's a purple frog made of mushrooms. You know, in Pokemon, mushrooms are typically grass type. They're also typically poison type. That being a frog, so we get a frog that's not a water type, a frog that's poison or grass type would be cool. I could see a fairy poison or maybe fairy grass type. Maybe that's a little bit of a lukewarm take, but that's what I can see with this frog. Continuing, we have gym leaders, and the gym leaders are still regular gameplay once again, so that's just like your standard gym. They kind of deviated in Generation 7. We all thought they were gonna like really break the formula, but they're right on track with just gyms being gyms. Galar had a pretty good take on gyms. You know, it felt pretty grand. One of the gym leaders is a muscular rapper for steel type. When I think of some of my favorite rappers, they have a lot of jewelry. They have, and I'm thinking of CDs, maybe that's just showing my age, but I think of like physical CDs. I guess you could think of mixtapes. And then like microphone equipment, all of the studio, the production equipment. I think the steel type would make absolutely perfect sense for this type of character, right? Like, yeah, he's just like a big like gym head. He's just like always working out, super cool, laid back. And then he also is like, he's a steel type, but he also like uses electric types. His whole gym is like about like engineering, musical engineering. This is awesome. Yeah, I'd love to see a character like this. Another gym leader is an old man with a flute as a psychic type gym leader. What is he, like an elementary school teacher? Is he a music teacher? Did you guys ever use recorders? Did you ever play recorders growing up? It's like a plastic flute. Oh, you know, I'm just realizing both of these gym leaders are music related. There is also a beautiful gothic style female who uses Gotharita. I don't know what type of gym, maybe ghost or dark. I mean, if they're gothic, I swear to God, they better have Gothitelle. Give Gothitelle a new form, make it ghost type, make it dark type. You know, when people say gothic, I think of like gargoyles. Maybe this person will have Druddigon. And honestly, if Druddigon needs a new form, I want like a rock type Druddigon. I think I've said that before. A rock type Druddigon where it's like a gargoyle. I don't know if we even have a rock dragon type. How do we not have a rock dragon type? They finish off by saying, I don't know what the new region is or what the titles are. There's no voice acting and no new sound type. That's true. Why isn't there a sound type? If this is gonna be sound and dance, there should be a sound type. It should be sound type and fighting type. That's what it needs to be. Oh man, I wish I didn't read that. I mean, you guys probably would have said something in the comments, but I wish I didn't read that because now I'm like, if this is real, we need a sound type. So I do wonder where Generation 9 is gonna be, where it's gonna be based off of. I just watched a video. Did you guys see Hoops' video? He did this like investigative journalism about how the Pokemon team just visited Redwood, California, or not just, they visited there on their press tour for Sword and Shield, which would suggest that California is gonna be the new basis of the new Pokemon generation. We get all of California. Think of like the redwood forest. You could eat, and then you have all these like not Midwestern, but all these like Western states and landmarks all tucked into a California shaped region. They could even like have a southern region that kind of like borders where Mexico is in our real life, and then like that could be, you know, then we could make like 100 videos on how Generation 10 needs to be based off of Mexico. Are you guys tired of all the gimmicks? Do you want to see Dynamax go? Do you want Megas to return? Tell me in the comments. If you stayed around this long, consider subscribing. Thank you so much for watching, and good luck hunting. For more Pokemon speculation, click right here.